investigates the hustle of Chicago traffic is enough for tens of thousands of residents to prefer the suburbs.
But neighbors in one growing county say their once quiet commute is putting them in danger almost every day. Chris Coffey explains what's being done to prevent accidents at a known problem spot.
For Kane County residents concerned about traffic on what they once called country roads, the intersection of Scott and Harder in Sugar Grove is an ongoing nightmare.
We hear tires screeching and horns blowing just about on a daily basis.
2 vehicles off the road, 1 pediatric concussion.
36-year-old Jonathan Contreras was killed last month after police say he failed to stop his Acura at a stop sign on Scott and collided with a vehicle heading north on Harder. His passengers, including a child and 2 people in the other car, were rushed to hospitals. The accident is still under investigation.
Welcome to my very first video in English. My name is Danalicious. The reason why I want to start this very first video to talking about this topic is so I hope you guys can relate, and I hope you guys can find a little bit of inspiration and a little bit of empowerment for you to continue with life and to get away from this struggle that probably many of you, as I was, can deal with this. But first of all, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna have more of this kind of content, more of inspirational videos and more empowering videos, as well as I'm gonna tell you my story of how I ended up in Canada from Mexico. By the way, I am from Mexico City. That's why my crazy Spanish accent. So I'm so sorry. I apologize in advance for all my English mistakes. But I always wanted to start my YouTube channel in English. Try to stay out of the comfort zone, and honestly this has been a challenge for me. I've been like in the last hour, 2 hours trying to record this video. Finally, I think I'm just gonna get there and I'm just gonna go directly to the point because I get very distracted. That is me. The story that you guys saw, that was my brother who passed away in 2017. Now that tragedy, it was very hard for all the family, especially when somebody passed away very close to you. You honestly don't never think that something like this will happen to you, right? You heard from other people, from friends, but when something like this happened to you, it really changed everything in your life. For me, since he passed away, it's been like time just stopping there, and I didn't grow up, I don't know, it's hard to explain. For me, just time stops there, because you know that you're not gonna be to see your brother or your family member anymore. It's hard to deal with this, but I hope you can find a little bit of inspiration and how I dealt with that tragedy. As I was saying, in 2017, he passed away in a car accident in Chicago. I was in Canada, my parents were in Mexico, and some family, they were in the States, in California. So we all went there, and at the beginning it was very hard, because when something like this happens, you always want to blame it in somebody else, right? So he was with his girlfriend at the time. In that moment, all the family, instead of trying to deal with the death of my brother, we were all complaining about who was the fault. Instead of trying to deal with this, we were more blaming some other people. It's not up to me to say whose fault was it. The thing is that it just happened, and we just had to deal with it. Now, how I go over this situation. I'm a very positive person, very energetic. I work in construction. By the way, I haven't cleaned this wound. By the way, I just came back from work. I in the job sites, I always been singing and happy and talking to everybody. When this happened, everything changed on me, and my life, I thought it was great until that happened. I had a good boyfriend. I have my 2 beautiful Bernese mountain dogs that I adore with all my life. I had a good job, that I'm a carpenter, so I have my work. I have everything in my life was doing good according to me. And then when this happened, everything just stopped in that moment. I started suffering from depression. Before on the job sites, I used to be very smiley and singing and very positive and very energetic all the time. And when that happened, everything changed. I was in school by the time when the tragedy happened. I remember like the next day it was like completely different person about me. It's very hard because you don't think that these kind of situations are gonna happen to you directly. You always think that this will happen to, you know, to the friends, and you heard about like other people that they have these tragedies in the family, but you really don't hit this kind of like mental state until it happens to you. And well, it happened to me, like a very close family member, which he was my brother. And it wasn't easy. It's not been easy, and I know my life will never be easy, but it all depends in you if you want to take that situation into something negative in your life or to push you to do better. After that happened, my life I started to think about like, oh my god, what am I doing with my life? I'm not happy. My brother passed away just thinking about work, and he was very stressed. You start to think about life. At the beginning, obviously, you're trying to be in denial. You're trying to pretend that it didn't happen. You think it was just a bad dream. You just wanna, every time that you wake up, you just wanted to think, okay, I hope that was just a bad dream. And then did it really happened? And then you just realized that it did happen. It was when I was working out of town, and the things that were really getting bad and I used to live in Saskatchewan in Canada. What more depressing place to be even. If you've never been to Saskatchewan, it's just like flat land, and it's super cold in wintertime, super hot and beautiful in summertime, but wintertime usually is all the year. So just imagine how depressing that would be, and especially working in construction, working outside on the cold, it gets very depressing. So obviously I got very depressed working out of town. And then I started to figure out like why life, you know, you start to get all these thoughts. And I think it's something in your mind. Whenever you are thinking negative, honestly guys, negativity will come to you, and I'm not kidding, will come to you. I have problems here, I have problems there, I have problems with family. So it seems like you focus on negativity and negativity comes to you. So that was the point that I never been a suicidal, I never had any suicidal thoughts, but I was close to think about why, like what is even the reason to be alive, you know. It was just to that point that I was getting a little bit scared. My company, they noticed there was something wrong with me. They left in my table a little paper in there that if you need help, just come to us, blah 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 blah. Obviously because the psychologists, they are kind of included with our benefits, so they left me in there the pamphlet, and I said, okay, you know what, I think I need to seek some help. I think I need some help on this. I make an appointment with a psychologist. I never been with a psychologist ever in my life, because I always think that everything is in your mind. When you are when you suffer from a tragedy, I think and I think it's just the same with depression. Honestly guys, I was like, oh come on, depression, that's only a mind state. Oh come on, like you can get out of that so easily, because I used to be very positive. And when this happened to me, it was like oh my god, I can't get out of this stage. Like my brain doesn't let me think clearly, and I was like very sad with my life. I was feeling miserable. I was feeling very sad. And as I said, many things that were coming back to me. It was when I said, okay, let's go and see the psychologist. I went to see the psychologist, and it cleared my mind a little bit more. What really changed me more than the psychologist, I was looking for a coach, because I always try to keep busy. I'm an entrepreneur, I love businesses, so I thought it was the time to start something new, something that enlightens me more and makes me more happy than just construction. I love marketing, I love YouTube, and that's the reason why I do YouTube. And then I started to get, okay, probably I need a coach, I need somebody who pushes me, because obviously I was in depression and I was so sad and I was procrastinating so much, and I felt tired all the time. I didn't feel like I wanted to do anything. I wanted to get a coach. When she called me, I was at work. Don't tell this to actually Actually, I shouldn't be saying this in here, but like I had my headphones on me, right? I was still working. I am sorry guys, my camera just died and I practically had to wait like lots of time to charge it. So anyways, let's go back to the topic that I was talking about. I'm sorry about that. But as I was saying, I was talking to this counselor. I was telling her like I invested in real estate. I built my house in 2014. I came to Canada. This was my biggest dream and it was so hard for me to accomplish this dream. And then she started telling me, Dana, you have accomplished so much. I understand that right now in your life, things are not working. And the reason why things are not working is because I believe that you're just focusing on the negative stuff. And then I was just started thinking like, whoa. And then she started making me realize all the positive things that they happen in my life and all the good things that I accomplished. And that night, I swear to you guys that every night after my brother passed away, I always had like stomach aches and like stress. And then at night, I had this pain in my stomach it was like somebody punched me. That night, I started focusing, as she told me, on the positive stuff. I did some meditation, and the next day, it was a total change in my mind. I didn't have that pain anymore. I felt more relaxed. I started like talking more to people again at work. I started singing again. I'm not saying it happened like tonight to the morning, but I started feeling that change because I started focusing on the positive stuff. And because I was starting to focusing on the positive stuff, and that's when the magic started happening. I started singing again, I started talking to people, and I started to be a little bit happier. I'm not saying that I'm completely like healed on this, because I will never be. But one thing for sure is that I believe that things happen for a reason. If my brother passed away, I will never be here. This is my third week in Kelowna. I always wanted to move away from Saskatoon, never did. My next challenge is gonna be that I do construction. I always wanted to do construction, but right now, like, I think it's too hard for me, and it's not my passion. My passion is doing videos. It's inspiring people. This is what I really have passion on. So that is the reason why slowly, I'm not saying like, honestly guys, like, this was 2017, we're in 2019, and I'm finally start doing my videos. If you really want to accomplish things in life, take action right now. If you're dealing with severe depression, and I understand that the brain is like so hard to understand it when you are in a mental state of like negativity and everything, like things like that are gonna happen. So my suggestion for you is that is life. One day we're all gonna die, and that is the truth. Life is just one. So instead of being depressed all day, like trying to think about what happened and trying to go back in the past, try to think and focus on your life. Your life is very, very important. If you think that you need help, seek the help. There are so many people outside. I am here and I would like to hear your story. If you have this kind of problem before, just comment below how you dealt with it. If you're trying to deal with it, if you haven't get out of that depression zone, comment below. It would be very, very interesting, because I'm not a psychologist, but you create your life. It could be either negative or it could be positive. So you have to see everything in a positive way. And I'm not saying that tragedy was positive, but I'm just saying that because of that, and make me realize that my life was not as happy as I thought it was. It's the time to take big decisions, quit everything that I don't like in my life, and let's start working for the things that I want to do in my life and I want to accomplish. And right now I feel like I'm starting from zero again. I'm just renting this pretty room in Kelowna with a beautiful family, because I'm very, very lucky that that's what I'm saying. Whenever you are thinking positive, and you will find it. But the thing is that you always have to look for the positive things. I know sometimes it's hard to see like, oh my god, what is positive about this? What is positive? But trust me, every night think about 3 things that you're really thankful for. For example, it doesn't have to be like I found $5. No, it could be like a smile. I was on the street and I found this person and they smile at me and I smile back. It just makes me that little glance, that little bit of happiness. Or my dog did something funny and I'm thankful for that moment. Always think about the happy moments of that day. So think about 3 positive things that happen in the day, and I will guarantee you that I know it's something about, I don't know if it has to do anything with quantum physics, energies, but I will guarantee you that you're gonna feel better. And always work for your dreams. Never stop dreaming. That's all I can tell you guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope I didn't bore you with my story. And please subscribe and please like this video. If you think this will help you or it can help somebody in there. I am still in that situation, but you know what? I just decided that I just want to change my life. I want to stay away from the depression, and just life, it's like that. This is life, guys. Live and enjoy your life, and thank you very much for watching. Also, before you're leaving, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram, that is Danalicious with H at the end. And in there you're gonna see more videos and everything that I've been doing, because I do a little bit of everything. I like doing businesses, I like to inspire people. I hope to see you guys soon. I'm gonna try to upload videos frequently, so stay tuned, because I'm not leaving, guys. And that's a promise, so I'm just gonna stay here around. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day or night or whatever it is. Well, bye, thank you, and see you next time. Bye.